Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolyn. I'm going to do a book haul today of all the books I bought in June, which was quite a lot. I did go a bit mad. In my defence though, a lot of the ebooks that I bought were quite cheap, around about 99p. I don't often buy ebooks that are a lot of money. Without further ado, let's get started. I've got a list because it's obviously been a month. My memory's pretty crap, so I've got a list here of all the books I bought so I don't forget. Okay, the first two audiobooks I bought were Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King and the second book in the Bill Hodges series, Finders Keepers. I listened to Mr. Mercedes in record time. It's quite a long audiobook, but I thought it was brilliant. The narrator is excellent and I thought it was just a really good listen. And so I downloaded Finders Keepers straight away. This time I'm listening to another book at the same time, and one that I also bought this month, A Dangerous Thing by Josh Lanyon. And it is the second book in the Adrian English gay mystery slash a little bit of romance series. I listened to the first book this month and I really enjoyed it. I thought the narrator was really good and the main character, Adrian English, is really snarky and he's got a really good attitude, and it's a mystery as well, which I really enjoyed. Other audiobook was My Man Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. I've always wanted to read these books but haven't got around to it, and when I saw that there was an audiobook I thought, you know what, I'm going to download that one. It's got brilliant rating on Audible. Everybody seems to really love it, and the narrator as well. So I'm looking forward to cracking on with that one. So on to ebooks. The first book is Fandemic by Jennifer Estep. This is book number 5 in the Big Time series. It's a romance, but I don't want to call it a paranormal romance because it deals with superheroes and superheroines. I do have the rest of the series on my Kindle app. I thought I'm going to buy that and then I can glom the whole series all in one go.
So that's what I'm going to do.
The next book I downloaded was Next of Kin by Dan Wells. This is book 3.5, or novella I should say, of the John Cleaver series. I read this series a while ago now, and it's a horror series, but it's just so different and I really enjoyed it. I've just found out that book number 4 is coming out, or has just been released. I'm not quite sure, but I thought I would read this little novella first just to try and refresh my memory of all the sort of ins and outs of the story, and I'm really looking forward to then moving on to book 4, which I hope to get maybe next month. The next two books I hadn't heard of before. The first one was Serendipity by Lisa Clark O'Neill, and it's book 1 in the Southern Comfort series. It's a romantic suspense, and that's a genre I really do like. I don't know much about it, but because there's a lot of books, I'm not going to go into what each of these books are about because this video would be far too long. Anyway, the next book is Anything But Mine by Taryn Elliott. This is the first book in the Rockstar Romance series, When You're Gone. I don't know whether it's a new adult or an actual adult romance, but either way, I enjoy new adult. The next two books are from one of my favourite genres, and that is gay romance. And the first one is called Always by Kindle Alexander. Somebody recommended this one to me on Twitter, and I'm really sorry, I can't remember who you are, but thank you. It looks really good, it sounds really good, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. The next one is Trust the Focus by Megan Erickson. This is the first book in the new adult gay romance in Focus, I think the series is called, and I've heard a lot of good things about this one. So those are all the ebooks I bought. On to my actual physical books. I will start off with the After series by Anna Todd. I heard about this series from another YouTuber called Eleanor from Eleanor Loves Books, and she loved this series. She was addicted to this series, and I really like those type of books where you just want to dive in and not leave that series, and you're so absorbed in the series that you get a book hangover at the end. And although I don't like the book hangover because I find then it's really hard to try and find something else that you love just as much, but I do like that feeling where you're reading a series back to back and it's just, it's so absorbing. So because of that, I bought the series and I read book 1 and I was like, I don't know. And then I read book 2 and I was like, no, this is not for me. I did buy books 3 and 4 and I started on book 3 and I just couldn't face it. I think I got to page 30 and it was the same stuff. It was the same to-ing and froing. It was the same arguments, the same immaturity, and I just couldn't take it. So basically, I put that book down and I just was like, okay, I'm defeated. I cannot read this series. That's it. I'm done. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more because I may go into it a little bit more in my bookish wrap up. Okay, so really annoyingly, my battery just ran out. So I had to wait a couple of hours for it to charge, so I can't remember quite where I was. So apologies for that. I think I had just stopped talking about the After series by Anna Todd. So these are the books I bought. So the first one is After, that's book 1. Book 2 is After We Collided. Book 3 is After We Fell. And book 4 is After Ever Happy. I do have a giveaway on my blog at the moment, bookchickcity.com. I'll leave the link below where you can win all 4 books. As I've said, I have read the first 2 books, but they are still in very good condition, and obviously the last 2 books are completely brand new, so that ends on the 7th of July. The next book I bought was Half Resurrection Blues. This is the first book in an urban fantasy series. It is a Bone Street Rumba novel. It's an urban fantasy, so and I do love urban fantasy. It's one of my favourite genres, so I am looking forward to reading this one. As I mentioned in my May book haul, I am collecting all of the facsimile editions of the Agatha Christie novels. I'm trying to collect the whole series by buying 2 a month. I have 6 already, and this month I bought another 2. This one is The Secret Adversary, and I also bought The Pale Horse. I just love these. They are so nice. I am in love with them, and they are starting to look really nice on my shelves. Maybe when I've collected more, I will do a little video all on its own and doing sort of a closer look at them because they are lovely. So the next book I bought was Annabelle by Kathleen Winter. This I got from Amazon as a used copy. It was only £2.50. I don't know this author, so I was quite happy to pay £2.50 for the used edition. I saw this one on Eleanor Loves Books channel and I thought it sounded really interesting. It's about a child that was born with both sexes, so female and male parts, and how they grew up and how the people around them dealt with that. And it just sounds really interesting, so I thought I would buy it. And the next book I bought was, of course, I had to, Grey by E.L. James. I pre-ordered this, it came, and I read it in the same day. I have mixed feelings. I loved 50 Shades of Grey, although I did have mixed feelings about the series as a whole, but generally I loved it. I think I gave it 4 stars overall. This is going to be a 3-star read. I did enjoy it, and I still love the characters, and I still love the story. Maybe I will do a mini review of this. I will probably review this on my blog as well, but if you do want me to do a mini review of this on my channel, then just let me know by leaving a comment. So there are all the books I bought in June. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up as usual, and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really love it. And I will see you in my next video. There are lots of videos to come. It's the end of the month and that's when they all seem to go whoo, and I have to do like several, but it's all good fun, so I will see you very soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.